Hey, what's up guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Could See Spirits, and yeah guys, it's one of you guys' idea who recommended me What If Naruto was raised by Minato and Kushina spirits. So yeah, I came up with this idea. I hope you like this one, bro. And yeah guys, it's an unscripted movie as well, and if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. Yeah guys, I'm very thankful that we crossed 5k mark. I hope we can reach 10k soon. I know it's quite a long run, but I know we can get there. And congratulations to you as well for this achievement, as for me as well. Our community has grown over the few months ago, right? Anyways, let's continue with our story. Our story begins at the night of the QB attack. It was devastating. Many of the shinobis died fighting it, and many of the civilians were hurt as well. The village was destroyed, a portion of it even if it was. The third Hokage has fought in the front lines, while the fourth Hokage prepared for the devastating attack. He was able to seal the Biju inside his newborn son, and after the end of the sealing was done, the Shinigami was there standing, and Minato was contemplating on his life until he realized that there might be a possibility that the people might turn on his son, try to harm him out of anger. He became worried and horrified of what he has done, and what might the consequences will be for his son, not for him. So he looked towards Shinigami with pleading eyes. Shinigami, as if read the human's mind, nodded and said, "I will not take your souls as payment, nor your wife's." As Minato's eyes widened, "I will let this slide just this once. You are free. But I cannot return to you, to your bodies. They are dead. They are to decay." "You mean our souls will remain?" "Yes, intact to your child. This child is special, Minato, for I have given him an ability to see beyond a human eye. Any dojutsu can see. He can see the spirits." I see. Thank you, Shinigami-sama." "No worries, human. Just look after your son and guide him properly, because there is more weighing resting on his shoulders than you can imagine." With that said, the Shinigami vanished as if it was never there. And suddenly, the third Hokage alongside Anbus arrived. As Minato was dying, he said, "Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, my son and heir. Protect him, Hiruzen." With that said, he died. And then he opened his eyes again after closing them. As he stood up, as he saw his dead body lying in the ground next to his dead wife, as Kushina's voice came, "Minato-kun, what is going on? I thought we were supposed to move on after dying." "No, Kushina. We were given a chance by Shinigami. A chance to be involved in our son's life. A chance to look after him, even if it was spiritually." As Kushina cried, as she thanked Kami and Shinigami for this opportunity. But now they had another thing coming for them, and their worst fear. As Hiruzen picked up the baby and brought it to the council chambers, they followed, and it was hell broken loose there. Everyone was against Hiruzen, but Hiruzen managed to turn them down. They also wanted to turn their baby boy into a weapon, and some of the civilians wanted to kill it, much to the enraged Hokage and the red hot-blooded habanero. Kushina was stomping the ground, and suddenly the ground cracked on which she stomped. Many of the council members fell silent. "See, it's a bad omen," one of the civilians said. "No, it's not," said another voice, an eerily familiar voice, which caused many who knew about the voice to shiver. "Stay away from my son," said the same voice again, as all of the Shinobi Council members stood up, eyes widened. The dojutsu users activated their dojutsu to see anyone there. There's no fun here. There is no genjutsu, Fugaku said, and same could be said for Hiyashi, who also confirmed it. As Hokage nodded, Kushina, is it you? Yes, Minato is with me. Stop hurting our son. It can't be possible. He isn't fourth Hokage's son. He is my son. Minato's voice broke through the barrier and finally spoke. But how? I am the one who condemned him to this life, so I could save you. But after doing so, I realized what I have done, and it seemed my fears came true, as some of my friends have even turned against me. As after hearing this, Inoichi looked down in shame. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Even if he wasn't our child, you are the mind walker, the genius Yamanaka. You could have guessed he was still a child, looked through his mind. But no, you condemned him to being a demon. I am sorely disappointed in you, Inoichi. So am I, said Kushina, as all of the other friends were silent. That talked to the spirits. It was quite creepy, but it was true. Hokage-sama, if the boy is your son, then there might be a chance for the Kyuubi to take over. No, there isn't. The Shinigami himself powered the seal. The soul is under the control of Shinigami. There is no way in hell that it will be able to take control of Naruto. He's a special child. The last words of Shinigami to me were, there is more weight on his shoulders than even we can imagine. I don't know what it is, but I linked it with Jiraiya-sama's prophecy that he told me. The child of prophecy. As Hiruzen nodded and called the civilian council members out of the meeting. They were reluctant, but they left because it was a shinobi matter. Now that they are gone, what is it that you are talking about, the child of prophecy? A huge doom shall befall upon the elemental nations. Destruction, a mighty beast released, and old enemy appearing. All to cause destruction, and a goddess also appears to take back what was given by her children. Chakra, the mother of Chakra, will be back, and only one child will stand in front of her, fight against her will, and if the child is good, he will be able to defeat and save humanity. If the child is put into darkness, he will destroy the world and help the entity to destroy it. I think that child is Naruto. There is a possibility, and Shinigami's words and the prophecy match, somewhat at least, Shikaku said. This is such a drag. Well, I guess we have to look after Minato's brat now. No, that will be done by us. But how? It appears that we have been given some more abilities, and Naruto can see more spirits, the spirits of the dead that died today, and maybe our ancestors as well who roam around in this plane. He can learn from them. He can become strong. Are you 100% certain, Inoichi said, that there might not be a possibility that some evil spirit might try to take over him? I'm not superstitious, said Inoichi, as everyone looked at him, but there is a possibility if you can see them. There might be those who want to take over his body. Yes, that is why we will be there, to protect him. We can still feel his chakra. As Minato formed a Rasengan in his hand, as an invisible Rasengan was formed in the air in front of all the Shinobi Council members. Can you all see this? Yes, we can, Shikaku said. That is amazing. This is quite interesting, Fugaku said, adding on to the words. It seems that we can still use chakra, and I can still feel my chakra networks. Then I guess there is nothing to worry about. His parents are here to save him if he ever gets into the trouble. I will leave Naruto in your care, but where are you? As suddenly Naruto was lifted into the air by nothingness as Hiruzen led it. I am here, Hiruzen. I will look after my kid, and Bivaku-sama is behind you. She is happy, and she says that she will always love you and her family. It is time for her to move on. Thank you, Bivako, Hiruzen said as a tear fell from his eye. As Kushina and Minato saw, and baby Naruto saw, Bivako leaving to the upper realm, heaven. Time skip. It was 3 years later. Naruto was 3 years of age. He was living inside his parents' house. As he woke up to a voice. "Wake up, Kaki," said a voice. "Oh, come on, old man, let me sleep. Come on, your mother is calling for you downstairs. You gotta wake up." "Oh man, sometimes I don't know why are you here even." "I'm here because I am one of your relatives, remember? But you're not related to me. My only relatives are my father and mother." "Well, I am from the Uzumaki side, so yeah, I am your relative." "Who even are you?" "I'm Arashi Uzumaki, brat, the first Uzumaki." "But how come you're here? From what mommy always tells me, Uzumaki had their own village. If you're the first Uzumaki, yes, I know, but this is the place where your house is built, where I have fallen in battle, fighting for our comrades in Konoha." "I see. So that is why you're here." As Kushina walked in, Arashi-sama, it's good to see you." "Kushi-chan, it's good to see you as well. I was just going to wake up the brat." "Come on, Naruto, it's time for breakfast." Yeah, I get it." As Naruto walked down and started to prepare his breakfast. Oddly enough, his parents could only fight in order to protect him, not to make him food or do chores. Naruto had to do them by himself, but his mother was there to guide him, so it wasn't that bad. He still had some relatives and family, even if they were ghosts. That was the only reason he didn't have any friends. He could talk to ghosts. And the rumor spread like wildfire, thanks to the civilian council members, and now everyone in Konoha knew that Naruto could talk to ghosts. And that was the reason many of the children avoided him, because they thought it was creepy and scary. As Naruto was talking to his ghost friends in the park, which were obviously some awesome people, none other than Tobirama Senju and Hashirama Senju. "Honestly, Aniki, stop bothering him, Naruto, and you should study. You shouldn't play. I mean, you have this odd ability to see us, so you should take advantage of it and learn some things from us." Come on, Tobirama Gigi. Let's loosen up a little bit. You're always so uptight. I mean, yeah, I can always learn from you guys, but I also want to play. As a woman walked in with 2 buns and 2 ceiling tags as her hairpins. "Yes, Tobi-kun, let the children play a little bit. It is good for them. Come on, Guppy, go ahead and play." Now, Guppy was a term used by Uzumakis in Mito's era to refer to the young children, mainly Uzumaki children, because they lived near the ocean. They caught a lot of fish, and guppy fish was referred to as baby fish, so they refer to their children as guppy as well. That term, Mita-sama. It's been a long time since I heard that term. Well, you were also a guppy when you arrived at Konoha. A grown guppy, I guess. Come on, Mita-sama, I'm a mother now as well, but you'll always be a guppy to me, Kushina, and so will be Naruto. Right, Hashikun? Yes, Mito-chan, yes. It's odd. What's so odd? Sometimes I'm thinking that why haven't I seen Madara Soul if we all are here? Maybe he was too evil and was sent to hell like all Uchiha should be. Tobirama, come on, don't be like that. What'd you say, Aniki? Tobirama said as Hashirama had a dark cloud on his head. Come on, man. I wish I had a friend my age. Yes, Guppy, go ahead and talk to those children over there. They are playing. The clan has children, huh? I guess it could work. Go ahead, Naruto, said Tobirama, as Naruto gulped and walked reluctantly. Hey guys, would you like to be my... Yeah, you're the kid who can see ghosts, right? Said Ino. Yes. Interesting. Aren't you afraid or scared? No. It means you can see some awesome spirits as well. If you can see bad spirits, then you can also see good spirits. Well, yeah, so far I have encountered many good spirits. Wait, Naruto, don't reveal that you have met us, said Tobirama in a whisperish voice. Relax, Toby, we are spirits, they can't hear us. Uruse Tonkachi. As Hashirama again had a dark cloud and was sulking. These two. I don't know what I deserve to get them, said Mita to herself as both Minato and Kushina chuckled in the background. And Naruto smiled. Well, I have seen and met some awesome people, some of those who are from our history, and legendary people as well. You mean like Hashirama-sama? Have you met him? Called out a boy with a dog on his head. It was Kiba Inuzuka, heir to the Inuzuka clan. Well, yeah, I have met him. He's an awesome guy. And a really loving person with warm personality. Just like I imagined. It will be awesome if we could see him as well. Yeah, it is awesome, but many of the people think it's weird and creepy. That is why they mostly avoid me. You don't have to worry about that. We'll be friends. What a drag. Guess I'll be your friend as well, said a boy. If Shikamaru agrees, then so can I. Munch, 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 said another chubby boy. Thank you guys. My name is Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. As everyone gasped, you mean you're the fourth Hokage's son? Well, yeah. How come? Well, he told me himself. You met the fourth Hokage himself? Yes. I met him, my mother, and some other shinobis as well, I guess. Cool. Who is your mother? Well, her name is Kushina Uzumaki. A girl a little bit older than them who was still there with buns in her head said, Kushina Uzumaki. I have researched and read about most of the Konoichis. The second Anbu captain and the one who trained our current Anbu captain Dragon. The head of the Anbu department. And not only that, she took on an apprentice as well, Yuga Uzuki. But she's currently in Anbu and we don't know nothing about her as well. And other than that, she was known as the Red Death and Red Hot-Blooded Habanero. And an S-rank Konoichi, only second to Tsunade Senju herself. As everyone was amazed by this. Cool. Well, you have such awesome parents. I guess you might want to learn some things from them. Yeah, in the future, but now I want some friends. Hey, we be friends? Obviously. We can be friends, as Naruto laughed and then played with them. Time went by and they became all close, and slowly Sasuke also joined in. The Uchihas had increased tension between them and the village because of the Kyuubi attack, and the Uchiha started to distance themselves. Hashirama saw this and was saddened, and Tobirama, well, not really cared, but was also strategically and Hokage-wise was sad because a huge and powerful founding clan was distancing itself. It was not looking good, not for the village standing and for itself as well. So, what they did? They tried to convince Naruto to go to Hokage and ask him to call for a council meeting. And he did, and the Uchiha's head was also there as well. So, why are we here, Hokage-sama? Asked Hiyashi. Well, Naruto wanted to call a meeting, so you called us here because of a child, said a civilian. Well, Naruto, why don't you tell them? Hashirama-sama has something to say to you. As everyone gasped, don't lie! We all know that he has been dead for over 100 years. There's no way. Naruto, can I channel my chakra through you? Is it possible? We can try. And I have a feeling in my gut that it will work. As Hashirama put a hand on Naruto's shoulder, as Naruto did the hand seals, as he slammed his hand on the ground. Mokutan, wood emergence as a woodlock appeared from the ground as everyone gasped. As for a moment they saw Naruto's eyes turned brown from blue. As everyone agreed, now that you know that I am still here and can talk to you all through this child, let's get to the meeting. I will be talking. I hope it doesn't strain Naruto-kun's body so. And not only I am here, Mito is also here, and so is Tobirama. Sensei. Hello, Saru. It's good to see you. As on the other shoulder of Naruto, Tobirama put his hand. Hello, monkey. It's good to see you, said Tobirama as Naruto's half appearance changed as 3 lines appeared on his face and his eyes turned golden on one side. As everyone gasped, it's the first and second Hokage. But how can you talk through this child? We were always here for unknown reasons in the living plane, never taken, never given chance to move on, like others, like Bibako-chan. As Hiruzen became sad, I'm sorry Hiruzen for your loss, but we seen her move on. We were there, but we couldn't talk. But Naruto can see us all. He can see many. He has met Arashi-sama as well. As everyone gasped, Arashi Uzumaki, the strongest and the first Uzumaki in the history. Yes. Well, he lives with them and acts like a grandfatherly figure to the kid. I see. So all of the legends are here. Danzo now was terrified. If his sensei were here, they knew what he was doing. And Danzo, said Tobirama in a disappointed voice. Now I know why I chose Hiruzen, and it was the perfect choice at the time, and you proved me right. I'm not going to say anything, but you disappointed me, and so could be said for you as well. Amira, Koharu, yes, Hashirama said, you have fallen from the will of fire path and followed some hollow believings, and look where it led you. Nowhere. Stayed where you were. I am sorely disappointed in you all, said Hashirama as his eyes closed as well, as the 3 of them flinched. 2 of the legends, their sensei as well, were saying that they are disappointments. And now they were recognized as elders in the village. It was bad for their image, not only that, but bad for the image of their sensei. As Hiruzen smiled a little bit. Well, sensei, you can diss them later, but what is it that you wanted to talk about? It's about the distancing of Uchihas with us. As everyone gasped and looked at Fugaku, as Fugaku sighed, well, the cat's out of the bag and it seems that you already know what's going on and what are we planning. Yes, I know, and I don't like it, Tobirama said honestly. I don't like all of you anyways, but it is my mistake. Because of that, you have been distancing for over a century. And I hope that Hiruzen might be able to fix my mistakes, but I guess he wasn't able to do it, not properly. I'm sorry, Hiruzen, to say this, but you failed in this task. I know, I failed, sensei. It is one of my failures. At least you recognize it. But, Hashirama said, we on the behalf of the Senju clan and of Konoha apologize to you of the Uchiha clan for what we have done so far to you all clan. We are ready to give you the whole respect you deserve and compound, Senju compound inside the village as well for the Uchiha compound. As his eyes widened, but isn't that supposed to? Yes, but our clan is dead, unfortunately. And my granddaughter, well, she's outside the village, the only remaining and alive Senju. Who doesn't want to marry you? God knows why, but Mito is pissed about that. Anigi, we're detracting here. Focus. Sorry. Well, enough of that. You can have that compound and some of our jutsus as an apology. Well, thank you. I will talk this through with the elders and see what they can come up with. Well, Fugaku was flabbergasted about this. Not only the village's founding leaders, as well as whole Konoha, apologized to them for what they did and for their mistreatment. It looks like their worries were for nothing, and they promised the respect they will be getting. But I have one wish. What is it? Always something in demand, he thought. Please let other clan members also join the Uchiha police force. You can obviously be the head, but let them join. There is a lot misunderstanding between the Uchiha clan and the other clans as well. And the Uchiha clans think that their eyes make them invincible. That is their flaw, and that will be the only way they die, Tobirama said. Fugaku at first thought it was as an insult, but then knew what he meant, and his son's words rang through his mind. Our eyes, our biggest pride, will be our biggest fall. He knew that his son had a mindset of Hokage and was recognized as one as well, and a potential candidate in the future. He nodded. I will look through it and will try to better it. I promise. That is all I request. Uchihas have become arrogant. I can see through time and have seen many results in that because of it. But I deep down inside know that with your leadership and guidance, they can improve. The new generation can. And hopefully it will. Well, I guess Naruto's body is in strain. That is the only thing we are going to say. So listen carefully. Follow the will of fire. And always stick together. No matter from which clan do you belong. From which creed do you belong. No matter the color of your skin. No matter the affinity. Always stick together as a family. You are all a family. Konoha is a family. Every clan is a part of family. And that makes us strong. And that is the only way Konoha has prospered and will prosper in the future. That is all. With that said, Hashirama left. What my Aniki meant to say was that you all contribute in this village prosperousness, and you all should stick together and look out for each other. It is not to be feel ashamed of. It is something that is worth pride. That is all. And with that said, Tobirama also left as Naruto felt dizzy as his features returned. That felt weird. Sorry about that, Naruto. It's okay, Hashirama Didi. Tobirama Didi. I guess they're done talking to you all, and I'm sleepy. Well, Naruto-kun, that is taken care of. Inu, as a dog mask Anbu arrived. Please take Naruto back to his father's residence. Hi. I will do it. As he picked up Naruto in bridal style and left. As Hiruzen then referred to everyone. Now you see, even our leaders came back and have to tell us what we did wrong. And you, civilian council, heard what they were trying to say. You cannot anymore take part in the Shinobi matters. Yes, we know. And we totally respect it. All it needed was a hearing earful from our leaders. Who knew? As he looked towards his old teammates and friend and rival. I guess same could be said for you as well. I tried to stop you, but you didn't listen. And look where it got you. As they didn't say anything but looked down, as if they were in shame. And same could be said for Danzo. If the kid can see through spirits, maybe he can talk to my parents. And now I don't want to talk to them. Because of what they might think of me. He thought, as his eyes closed. As the other Shinobi council members looked at each other. I guess we need to form an alliance, said Shikaku. As much of a pain it is, what they said is true. Yes, it will be beneficial for all of us. So, what do you say, Fugaku? Said Inuichi. I guess it will work. I, Fugaku Uchiha, the leader of the Uchiha clan, agree to this. I, Inuichi Yamanaka, head of the Yamanaka clan, also agree to this. I, Tezumi Inuzuka, head of the Inuzuka clan, also agree to this. Same, Joza Akamichi. Ah, what a drag. Same for me as well. Shikaku of the Nara clan. Slowly, all of the clan heads agreed, and Hogake was happy that all of the clans started to work together. And they started to work on strategies so that they could make teams and like Inoshikacho combination, and hopefully in the future they can work together. Time skip. Fugaku arrived home as he saw his son sitting on the table. Son? Yes, father. Come with me to the council room. We have a lot to discuss. There was a meeting today that I want you to be a part of. That is the reason. I see. As Itachi, after finishing his dinner, left, as both Sasuke and Mikoto were sitting there worriedly. Inside the Uchiha's council room. Well, Fugaku-sama, what is he doing here? He is my son and the next clan head, and you will all give him respect. As such, Fugaku said as his Sharingan came to life, as it morphed into Mangekyo. Anyways, the reason I have called this meeting is because I was called in a meeting by Hokage. We all know what took place. Well, surprisingly, the kid, the Kyubi Jinchuriki, that can see supposedly spirits. Well, it turns out the spirits can communicate through him, and the first Hokage and the second Hokage talked through it to me, and they apologized on the behalf of Konoha and promised us to give us respect. And do you believe their words? Honestly, yes, I do. Not only that, they gave up the Senju compound and some of their scrolls as an apology and as offering of a new start of friendship between us and Konoha. And not only that, they preferred that we all clans form an alliance with each other that will help us. The only thing they asked in return was that we let other clans join the Uchiha force. But the police force was under Uchihas. Are they looking down? No, they're not. For the last time. Now I see why Tobirama Senju thinks that our Sharingan, our pride, is the only reason we will fail and fall in the future. My son was right. Yes, Itachi, you were right. I am sorry, son, for the disagreements we had. But now my eyes are open, and I know that you were right. Are you sure about this, Fugaku-sama? Can we really trust them again? Can we really trust Konoha again? Yes, we can. We can again. It will be better for the new generation. But we will have to let go of our old ways, old traditions, find new ways. And I know for sure, under Itachi's guidance, we will be able to do so. I promise I will find ways to achieve power for us, but without any killing, without any loss. And not only that, help us improve our relationship and glorify the Uchiha name. As everyone nodded at this, we of the elders have agreed that Itachi is the best candidate for the future clan head position. As Fugaku and Itachi both smiled at this and beamed. I will not let you down, sir. Rise, Itachi Uchiha. You are our clan's pride, our prodigy, and you should be treated as such. Heck, all of our children should be treated equally. With that said, the meeting was adjourned and the Uchihas agreed. Everything was going well. But Zetsu was not having it. He heard everything. From the meeting in the Hokage Tower, from the meeting with the Uchihas, he vanished and appeared inside a cave where an orange-masked man was sitting. What is the news, Zetsu? Are the Uchihas planning the coup? It turned the wrong way out. The Uchihas agreed with Konoha. They are not going to agree with you now. What are you going to do now, Obito? Damn it! What caused them to change their minds? Surprisingly, the Kyubi's Jinchuriki can talk to spirits, and the spirits can talk through him. Obito froze for a moment. If that is the reason, maybe I can talk to her. But what might she think of me? I don't know. But it won't work out unless I try. New plan, Obito. We are going to kidnap the Cubist in Cherokee. Not now, at least, but whenever we get the chance, look out for him. And so will I. Even if it takes years, I'm going to kidnap him and see if my theory is correct. What is in your mind, my lord? Nothing for you to know. You can leave now. As the Zetsu left, Obito was thinking to himself, contemplating. If this is true, then there is a highly possibility I can talk to her. And if I can, then I don't know. I will have to talk to her. I don't care what she thinks. I just have to tell her what my reasons were. She might understand. Heck, she might even help me. Who knows? Time skip. Back at Konoha, 3 more years later. At the age of 6, Hiashi called for every clan, even Naruto, to attend his daughter's birthday. And plus, his daughter had, a crush on Naruto. Because they were friends, and Hiashi let his daughter play with other children and clan heads after the alliance. So he did the same for Naruto, because he knew that Naruto was special, and not only that, Naruto was son of his friend and comrade. Both of his friends and comrades. And even the Kyuubi Jinchuriki or not, he will make sure that his daughter become friends with him. And surprisingly, his daughter has developed feelings for him. And today was her birthday, as everyone attended. Yashi's wife has been feeling sick though, that is why she was resting. Everyone became worried about her and asked for her in good health. Mikoto was there, and so was Kushina. As Kushina talked to her through her son. As after they talked, Naruto was let go and was able to enjoy the party with his friends. Hinata became tired and was led by her attendant to her room as the other guests enjoyed the birthday party. Before they left, Naruto saw someone leaving the Hyuga compound with a bag. Naruto didn't have the right feeling at the time, but suddenly another spirit that he hasn't met before tapped his back. Please, I have to save her. Help me. Naruto agreed because someone's life was at risk and let the spirit took over his body. Naruto dashed as some of the elders noticed this as Naruto was dashing at a Jonin level speed. Time skip. Outside a clearing, the man put down the bag as his comrades arrived. Well. Looks like we got it. Now all we have to do is deliver it to the Raikage-sama and we'll be back to the village again, and he will forgive us, and not only that, will give us a lot of money and fame. As everyone laughed cruelly as a Byakugan user arrived and struck them down at a blinding speed and shutting down their Tenkatsu points but not killing them. He was not stupid enough to do so. As after a few moments, elders arrived, all of the clan heads and some spirits, as they saw a person with Byakugan with blonde hair. Naruto. Hello, Hiashi. Hazashi, it's good to see you again. As both of their eyes widened. Hikaru Nissan? Both of them said, my younger siblings do remember me after all. Well, I saw these people and didn't have a nice feeling about them, so I followed them. It turns out I was true after all. And then I asked this child to help me because I heard that he could see and talk to spirits. Hikaru Nissan, you've been here? Yeah, I've been watching over my siblings this whole time. Why wouldn't I be? Who was Hikaru Hyuga? Hikaru Hyuga was the elder brother of Hiyashi Hyuga and Hisashi Hyuga. He died at the age of 12 because of a condition with his heart. He was a prodigy, much more stronger than any Jonin at the age of 12. Both of his younger siblings, the twins, looked up to him. He was the pride of his father, but after his death, Hiyashi became the next clan head, and Hisashi the branch family's clan head. Don't worry, they are alive, Hokage-sama. I know that it could cause some trouble with the Kumo, so that is why I didn't kill them. I just shut down their Tenketsu points. They are in a lot of pain, though. I don't take it kindly for anyone to hurt my niece. Nisan, thank you. Thank you so much. Don't worry, brother. I will always look after my family, no matter how much they grow. Well, I guess the child's body is at strain because he cannot use chakra, and I just made him use the Byakugan and Jokin style, which is not suitable for a child without a chakra body. I'm sorry for Tokage-sama and Kushina-sama. It's okay, it was an emergency, we understand. Thank you. And brothers, please look out for each other and don't let the barrier get it between you. You are all family. And with that said, Hikaru left Naruto's body as both of the brothers shed a single tear. It seems our older brother still protects us and baby us even in his death. It is true, brother, said Hisashi as Hiyashi and both nodded, and Naruto got up. Whoa, that felt weird. Ah, someone was about to get hurt. Great, you're all here. As Naruto looked at the fallen bodies. Ah, who did this to them? Are they hurt? No, Naruto. They are the ones who was going to hurt Hinata-chan. Thank you. With your help, they are okay. Huh? My help? But a man came to me and asked for my help, and I agreed. Yes, that is the reason why I'm thanking you. It was also because of you, Hinata I saved. As Hinata heard this, unknown to everyone inside the back, and shed some tears, and her love for Naruto and respect developed much more at the time. After this incident, the Hyuga family got closer as a whole, and the branch and the main was no more. The younger generation was lifted from this accursed seal, and a new seal was developed that was used by everyone, even the elders, that will prevent Byakugan from stealing after that, but there was no way of inflicting pain on anyone. Everyone was happy with this. And if they ever wanted to have children with others who they love outside the clan, there will be Byakugan still in them, but they will be instilled inside of the Hyuga family. And everyone agreed to these conditions. They still had a right to love whoever they want. They still had right to live their life as they can. The village was becoming more strong, and it didn't go unnoticed by other villages. They saw that Konoha had become close. The tensions between them had dropped, and they were now much stronger, much more refined and powerful. From all areas and corners, there was no weakness, nothing they could use against them, and they were afraid of it, much less like Uzumaki clan. But they couldn't just go on war with them. They knew that Konoha won the first two wars, even against the four villages. But they knew that they had a chance this time. And they heard from their spies about news about a child that is confirmed to be the fourth Hokage's child that could talk and see spirits, and not only that, can use their powers as well. Everyone was intrigued by this and wanted the child for themselves, thinking about the power they could get. They could talk to their loved ones. Not only that, there would be a way, a medium. The boy could act as a medium between them and those who died and still roam the planet, looking for their loved ones, finding a purpose why they are there. Time skip. It was time for the academy. The academy years went well. Mizuki tried to harm Naruto and it didn't go unnoticed by the Arashi Uzumaki, who was still with Naruto for Naruto's era, but Arashi liked Naruto because he reminded him of his own grandson. And yeah, he liked to bother him as well. It was in old man's nature to bother him. And he looked out for Naruto and after him as well. And he was downright suspicious of Mizuki. And the young generation also were close friends with him and were becoming strong. They were already getting level in the academy. Due to the combined teachings of the clan heads and their clan techniques, the new generation of the clan heads became strong, quite strong, if I might say so myself. Naruto was already a Fuinjutsu master. For Konoha levels standards, he was a prodigy in Fuinjutsu. He learned a lot of seals, created a lot of them, and was the reason why he became a lot more rich because he supplied seals now for Konoha. Mainly the seals arrived from outside from a seal master or from Jiraiya, but Jiraiya's seals weren't that good, nor were the other seal masters. Naruto was taught by Arashi Uzumaki, Mito Uzumaki, and Kushina Uzumaki, three greatest prodigies in the Fuinjutsu sealing masters of their old times, as Naruto was the forthcoming of a seal master, greatest that have been seen in a decade, and he was already placed in the enemy's bingo book as an A-rank threat because of his seals. Even without his taijutsu or ninjutsu, he was an A-rank threat, and with more experience and training, he would be S, crossing his father, or possibly reaching double S because of his Jinchuriki status. And Naruto's relation with Kurama, well, he talked to him and Kurama was mean to him, but after talking to him again and reassuring him that he wasn't like the other humans, and after easing him in the seal, Kurama and Naruto started with a crumbling relationship, but after years of talking and communicating with each other, well, they had a brotherly bond now. Kurama was the big brother and Naruto was the younger brother who always got into trouble, and Kurama had to save his ass most of the time because of his pranks tendencies. Tobirama didn't like it, but Hashirama and Mito laughed, alongside Arashi and Kushina. Minato was embarrassed always. Naruto had met a lot of other legends from Konoha as well, mainly Sasuke Sarutobi, father of Hiruzen Sarutobi, and other legends such as Dan Nawaki, who was also a great Kenjutsu master of Konoha. And time went by and Naruto and everyone passed the academy and Mizuki was captured with the help of the second Hokage, taking over Naruto's body and capturing him with his water dragon jutsu, almost strangling him to death unless Anbus arrived there. And they were afraid of Tobirama's wrath, but Tobirama let them capture him. And with his orders, he was sent to high security prison where torture was allowed. Well, let's just say Mizuki had it rough, way rougher than in canon. And time went by, team placements came, and well, same as in canon, the Team 7 was waiting very much for their sensei to arrive, and when he arrived, well, Kushina wasn't having it, and she took over Naruto and chakra chains erupted from her Naruto's back and caught Kakashi. Kakashi was no shivering mess. Nay, Kakashi-kun, mind telling me where have you been for 3 hours? Both Sakura and Sasuke were afraid of this. Naruto? When can you use that? Sakura, right? Don't hit my son ever again. I'm his mother. And you, Kakashi-kun, what is wrong with you? You weren't like this when you were a kid. You were more diligent and more serious. What happened to you? Well, Kushina-san, I relaxed a bit. As Minato then talked to Kushina, as Kushina talked to her. You sure? As Kushina dropped him and Naruto feature became normal, as his violet eyes turned blue, and then they turned more bluer as his whisker marks fainted. Kakashi, sensei? Yes, I know it's the first time we're talking, even if you knew that I was there, but you were in Nanbu, so I couldn't talk. Sensei, you don't have to tell them that. Ah, sorry, I guess. Couldn't keep a secret, huh? You have to let go. I'm trying, Sensei. I know, but it wasn't your fault, you have to know that. It's difficult, but I'm doing fine. Kakashi said reassuringly. I have watched you, Kakashi. Heck, I know where have you been. As Kakashi jolted. It's okay. I have met Ren. She doesn't blame you. That doesn't mean I don't have to blame myself. It was because of me. No, it was an accident. And it was Rin's choice. You were going to kill that enemy Nin, but she jumped. I know. She told me everything, and she regrets doing so as well. I know. She regrets because I was... No, Kakashi, she regrets because she has seen you hurt so many times. Because of you and Obito, she couldn't move on. She stayed in the lane. You mean she's still here? Yes, but she doesn't want to meet you. It hurts her to see you every time. And she has vowed that she will never forgive herself if she ever came in contact with you, because she is the reason you're in so much pain. But Sensei, it's her wishes, oh, Kakashi. You have to let it go and move on. Please, it's the only thing we can ask you to do. I will try my best, Sensei. Kakashi then sighed and looked up. Well, I guess I can try, Sensei, he said with a nice smile. Good, that is all I ask. Now I have a team to take care of. Can you please let go of my student, Sensei? Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry, Naruto-kun. Sorry, Kakashi as well. Sorry, Mina. Okage-sama, right? Yes, the fourth Okage? Asked Sakura. Nothing to worry about, sir. Okay. Oh yeah, and please be friends with each other. That's my only advice. And listen to each other as well. That said, Minato left. Oh, no fun, Sensei. You're always a party pooper. Oh well, I guess. Meet me at the rooftop in 5 minutes. With that said, Kakashi sunshined away, and within 5 minutes, the Team 7 gathered at the rooftop. The introduction went as in canon, and they had a test tomorrow at the training ground 7. Once they departed on their own separate ways, Naruto arrived home, and after making himself dinner, he was on the dinner table as his parents' spirits sat in front of him. Hey Dad, Mom, yes son, what do you think tomorrow's test will be? That will be cheating, son, we're not going to tell you, Minato said. Oh, come on, please. Gaki, you have to figure things out yourself. You cannot rely on us just because you have the ability to see us, said another voice. You have no say in this, Arashi Didi. Please, stay out of this. Come on. Don't be like that, Gaki. You know what they are doing is for your own betterment. You won't be a better shinobi like this. He said, getting serious. You have to figure things out yourself, Naruto. That is the only reason you will become a strong shinobi in the future. Well, you can always ask for help from awesome old me, but I will advise you to figure this out by yourself. Aw, man, I hate you. I love you too, boy. Now go eat your dinner and sleep. There's a hell of a lot of day for you tomorrow. And I sure will be there to watch it. Aw, man, I'm gonna make a fool out of myself, Naruto thought. Time skip. Next day, everyone was there. As they were sitting there as Naruto arrived. Hey guys. Hello Naruto, said Sasuke. Hey Naruto, said Sakura. Did you have any breakfast? Well, no. I didn't either. So what do you think the test is going to be? We don't know, said Sasuke. Well, after the whole Uchiha ordeal with the Konoha village, Sasuke miled down and became nice, and even started to make friends with everyone else. And he was close to Naruto. He wouldn't admit it, but he thought of Naruto as a brother, as a part of him, a twin brother, and his best friend. Well, Sasuke, I think might need to work together, Naruto said. How so? Well, there hasn't been a team with two members or team with um, any odd number. Well, there only been three Genins and one Jonin, right? Yes, that is the standard regulation for every village in Elemental Nation. So, they work as a team, I guess. That is my only guess here. I see where you're going, and that will be the only way we might be able to take him down or even hurt him. I mean, he is a Jonin after all, and your father said so himself that he was in the Anbu, meaning he was strong, said Sasuke. The Sakura agreed. Well, Sasuke-kun is right there. So what do you propose, Naruto? Well, I don't know. Maybe we should devise some kind of strategy? As the spirits who were watching them smiled from afar. Our baby's figuring it out everything on his own. Didn't you tell him anything, Minato? No, I didn't help him. Are you sure? Kushina said, squinting her eyes. 100%, I promise I didn't tell. Really? Yes. Come on, Kushina, don't be like that. I promise I didn't tell him anything. I trust in you. Minato sighed in relief. As Arashi arrived, and so did Mito, Hashirama, and Tobirama to watch the test. It will be awesome to see the new generation, right, Tobirama? It will be nice to see what they can do and achieve. And Naruto is on the right track. And the Uchiha, it seems, have miled down, which is good for them. I already like this one better. We all know you missed Izuna, you big baby, said Mito. I don't miss him. Yeah, right. Like before he moved on to the next plane. He was still here. You still bickered with him and fighted him. And always had a smile on your face. Same could be said for him. I guess he was fulfilled after fighting you. 100 times more. Yeah, and 400 times being defeated. I guess he admitted he's defeated and moved on. That is the reason he's not here. Can we just watch the match? And Kakashi arrived and the test began. Naruto and the gang worked together and were able to bruise Kakashi. As they weren't able to take the belts though, because he was still Kakashi, but were able to bruise him as Kakashi stopped him. Now you guys weren't able to get the belts, but you were able to hurt me. That is something on another level, and from the looks of it, you weren't on a plan. Am I correct? Yeah. Well, there hasn't been a team with odd numbers in it, but we guess that all teams have 3 members and they have good coordination, so we have to coordinate good. And it worked out, didn't it, Sensei? The main purpose of this test was teamwork. Asked Kakashi, I smiled. Well, you all pass, with flying colors. I have to go to Hokage-sama to report about this. Meet me at the mission counter tomorrow for our first T-rank mission, as Team 7. Well, Johnny, Kakashi said as he left in a sunshin, as he went to the Hokage Tower. Well, I guess they did work good, said Hashirama. Yes, but they have a lot to learn, Tobirama said. Indeed, I have to agree with Tobirama here. They have a lot to learn, Arashi said. But they did good for Genins, right? Said Mito. Yes, they did good. And time skip. The rest of the teams passed as is canon and Hokage was happy with it. And time skip the D-rank missions. It is time for the wave arc, as Naruto and the gang went with the bridge builder, and some of the ghosts followed them as well outside Konoha. Because they were now attached to Naruto, they could follow him everywhere he went. As they arrived, they were encountered by the Demon Brothers, and Naruto and the gang were able to fend them off easily, even after they saw Kakashi died. And His father reassured him that Kakashi was okay, just fight. And Naruto, with his full focus, reassured his teammates and they fought, and were able to defeat the demon brothers on their own without Kakashi's interference. And after interrogating, Kakashi came out and sent his Ninken after sealing the two in the scroll towards Konoha so that they could be interrogated further. As he turned towards Tazuna, who was sweating, and after he told his story about Gato, everyone agreed and went to help him. After crossing the bridge and river, they were encountered with mist. The ghost reassured Naruto that it was mist filled with chakra. Naruto informed his teammates and used Gale Palm to disrupt the mist, and it was vanished after 2 Gale Palm uses. And Zabuza was standing in front of them with an annoyed look. It seems Tagaki has some jutsus in him, huh? And then he recognized, wait, aren't you Naruto, the Funjutsu master from the Bingo book? The kid who is an A-rank threat because of its seals. Ah, and Kakashi of the Sharingan. Guess my luck has been at max today to encounter an A-rank and another A-rank as well. 2 A-rank shinobis. This is going to be hella lot of bounty, and you're just a bonus, bridge builder. Well, what do you say? Let's dance, shall we? Ugh, he reminds me of Madara. So much arrogant. Tobirama said. He is strong. We should help him. As Hashirama stepped forward and entered Naruto, he then clasped his hands together as the sage markings appeared. Why don't I give you some taste of your own medicine, kiddo? Who are you calling kid? Those markings, they're oddly familiar, yet I don't seem to remember them. As he said, Mokitan, forced emergence, as wood spikes erupted and turned to trees as he tried to impale Zabuza. Zabuza's eyes widened as he deflected them and rushed to air. Naruto clapped his hands again. Mokitan, wood golem, as a wood golem appeared, as it punched Zabuza to the ground. Zabuza's body was broken, as Haku appeared. But Hashirama knew as Wood's cage erupted from ground and captured him as well. Don't worry, child, I didn't kill him. Who are you? Don't you remember me? I'm Hashirama Senju. I guess I didn't taught all of you the history of our shinobi world. As the child stopped, in front of him was Kami no Shinobi himself. If that wasn't true, then what was this wood jutsu that he used? And those markings, it was definitely Hashirama. As the beaten up demon of the mist, Zabuza Momochi looked up with horror in his eyes. Hashirama-sama. Yes, Hashirama started to heal him then again. Why did you heal me? Now tell me. I can sense your emotions. You are protective of this child, and the child is protective of you. Why are you doing this? What has occurred of Kiri that you are here? Is it from Kiri? No. Our village, it's been divided into wars, sir. Our Jinchuriki and our Kage, he turned evil. He wanted to end everyone with bloodline. He says we will be downfall for them and shinobis, and his followers started to kill and rampage, and there is resistance fighting them. I left after I tried to kill him. I couldn't bear it to see anymore. My village falling apart. My comrades dying in front of me. It was painful. I left. On my leaving and way out, I found him, and I took him in. As a tool at first, but then it was more like a son. Zabuza-sama. Yes, Haku, I do admit I see you as a son. So, if you're not working for Kiri, then who are you working for? Gato. You work for the tyrant? Don't you see what he has done to the village? I know, and honestly, I didn't care at the moment. All I needed was money for us to survive. That is all. We are battling our own fight, as are you. But still, you could have helped them. You can take in money from him after killing him. He has a lot of strong members, stronger than me as well. Stronger than you. Aren't you an A-rank shinobi yourself? Yes, he has 2 more swordsmen from the Kiri, and they can overpower me. They are more experienced and older than me. This will be an interesting battle, said Hashirama. Are you going to help them? Yes. I'll give you a chance now, son. 1. You can go back to Garo and fight me another day. But believe me, next time we fight, there will be hell to pay. Or I'll give you another chance. You can leave. Here, take this, he said, as he made a special tree grow. The flowers on this tree could be sold for 1 million yen. You can sell these all, and it will be enough for you to cover and live. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. As Zabuza gathered the flowers and left with Haku, who was also thankful to him, as Hashirama left Naruto's body. Man, I still hate it. Sorry, Naruto-kun. It's fine. It was necessary, I guess. If you stepped in, he must be strong. Yes, he was. As Kakashi and the others were looking at him like he was crazy or something. What? Well, you're talking to here. They're still here, I can see them. I see. Hey, Kakashi, said Tazuna. You know the kid might be... No, he can see and talk to ghosts. Oh, I see. Wait, what? You mean he... Yes. Oh, okay. And that was Hashirama Senju himself. Oh my god. Who knew Kamino Shinobi will be helping me on my battle against Garo? As time went by, Garo became irrational and sent out his goons, and they were taken care of, and the bridge was about to be completed. Naruto and Inari had heart-to-heart, and Naruto even was able to let Inari talk to his father, much to everyone's dismay and Tazunomi's dismay, but she was happy, and so was Inari, who assured him that even if he has fallen, he is happy that he fallen like a hero, even if he was helpless. Now there is a chance that they might be saved, and he has a feeling in his gut that they will be. Inari was happy to meet his father once more, and he thanked Naruto for it, and so did Tsunade. And Tazuna was also happy to meet his son one last time. Time skip. It had been already 6 days, and Team 7 has progressed on their own. They already knew water walking and tree walking, but they were trying the waterfall climbing, an advanced Anbu exercise, much to their dismay because they always fell after climbing halfway up. Sakura got it after the 3rd try. Naruto was still trying. Sasuke got it after 5 tries. And after the 10th or 15th try, Naruto got it. But after he was done, swords were thrown at his way. It's time. As every swordsman arrived there, alongside with his goons, Hashirama took over at first and said, "You have final warning. Leave or you will die." Like we are afraid of your breath. Fine. I guess it goes this way. He made 2 wooden clones. Everyone was shocked at this, but then markings appeared similar to that of Hashirama Senju, and then he called out, "Majestic wood arts, Shinju Senju," as a giant wooden statue appeared. It deployed millions of punches upon the enemies. Every one of them was squashed. Even the swordsmen were beaten by one move. They were now afraid of their life. As then, his body was replaced and a wood golem appeared. As the wood golem then formed hand seals, and 2 huge dragons appeared and crashed upon them, killing them all. As forest appeared on their bodies, they were all dead and turned into trees, something useful they ever did in their life. As Hashirama stood there, and Garo was terrified of what just occurred. In 2 moves, his whole armada, his many shinobis and goons all died. Wait, please give me a chance. As Naruto's features changed, his brown eyes turned blue and then they turned black. His hair started to turn white as a sword formed from red chakra. You have been the reason. The people like you have been the reason for those who are weak, that they suffer. Now feel their pain. Swords of judgment. 10 strikes. As Arashi began to strike, 10 strikes. With each strike, Gaara's soul burned. He could feel agony, pain that he inflicted upon those who have fallen by his hands. After 10 strikes, he didn't die. He was miserable. He felt pain. Now you wish you were dead. You will live your life with this pain, and you cannot do anything to ease it. As Gaara was kicked into the river, as he was screaming still, it burned like hell as the sword of judgment disappeared. Everyone was amazed to see the first Hokage's power and the power of the greatest Uzumaki, and were afraid and terrified, and were thankful that they were their allies. And the wave was lifted from their curse as everyone returned back to Konoha, as the village was named the Great Uzumaki Bridge, because Naruto wanted to respect his ancestors and he didn't help much. It was Hashirama Senju and Arashi Uzumaki who helped. As they returned, everyone was happy, mainly the Hokages and the Shinobis, of what Naruto achieved, and from what Kakashi told the Jonins and the Yonbos who were at the bar. They were quite amazed and wished they were there to see it, the power of the first Hokage and the first and leader of the Uzumaki clan, the Sword of Judgment. Once they heard it, both Hayate and Yugao and the Kenjutsu users were afraid and terrified and intrigued and interested in it. A sphere materialized of chakra, powered by the agony of those who have fallen by your hands. Its powered move, 10 strikes, could inflict pain for endless amount of life. That was terrifying, but the best weapon in the world to wield. And Arashi was probably teaching Naruto how to wield it on his own. And Arashi was successful, as Naruto before the Chunin exam was able to wield it. And many other moves. He was able to write down the Harshin. And he carried a sword, created out of chakra metal and similar to that of Flying Raijin. He took down the Konoha missing nin who stole it, the original one, and returned it back to Konoha safely, placing a seal that it will never be lifted again, aside from Uzumaki and Senju blurred. Many of the council members disagreed, but Tobirama himself consented to this with the help of Naruto, and they all had to agree because it was his property. He even named Naruto the owner to it. After time went by, the Chunin exams came. It went as in canon. The first 2 parts, at least. Orochimaru did appear, but what he didn't knew was that it will be facing none other than the Hokage himself. As it appeared, Naruto battled him the best he could, with Harshin, with his swords. With the pain-inflicting sword, Naruto could use only 3 strikes. Orochimaru was hurt for life. There was no way in hell he could heal those wounds. He was mad. He wanted to kill Naruto now. And he called for the 3-headed serpent, his best card. And not only that, he unleashed his full power, the Sage mode of the snakes. Naruto was afraid of this power because of its malice and intent. Luckily for him, Hashirama stepped in again. Minato wanted to, but he knew that Hashirama will be the only one to subdue this power. He couldn't. Hashirama then made hand seals and called for Shinju Senju. The mighty statue appeared, and with its 1,000 hands, it rained down upon the puny snake in front of him. Orochimaru's eyes widened as the punches not only stole the chakra and gave it to Naruto, purifying it, it also inflicted damage more. And after that, Naruto also modified his jutsu, as he called majestic foot arts, Biju construction, as a giant nine-tailed fox made out of wood was constructed. Biju Dama, as the fox fired. Biju Dama made out of Rasengan. The huge Rasengan slash Biju Dama was crashed in front of the snake Sanin, evaporating him completely. Orochimaru, what it seemed like, was dead, but he wasn't. He took control of another sealed enemy and took over his body, which was Kin, obviously, as he turned to Orochimaru again and escaped. Nobody told me he had mastered the Sage Mode as well, and not any normal Sage Mode. Hashirama-sama Sage Mode, and he couldn't even make his damn jutsu. And what was that? That was a new wood style jutsu that I have ever seen. It was similar to the Kyuubi. And the Rasengan, damn accursed jutsu. He's too strong. The bingo books were wrong. He's an S rank, maybe more. Damn it. The Sanin escaped. And Naruto was able to heal Sasuke and remove the seal and Orochimaru's soul completely with the help of Arashi, because it was a game for him. Like a piece of cake. And the seal was removed, and so was the soul. Sasuke was thankful. There was nothing Orochimaru could offer him, so yeah, it was trying to take over his body, but it didn't happen because of Naruto. Team 7 reached second at the gates. Naruto was exhausted and he passed out. But due to preliminaries, he woke up again. The matches went as in canon, except that Naruto beat the shit out of Kiba. Not that badly, but he kind of beated Kiba into unconsciousness with only punches and pure speed. And after that, he healed him, which got many applaud from the up in the stands, and Tsunade was happy with this as well. It will be a lesson to Kiba to not boast his skills and ego, and it will humble him a bit because Kiba was getting arrogant, quite literally, in Tsunade's experience as well as everyone's opinion as well. And it will be a good humble down for him. And matches went as in canon, except for Rock Lee, because Rock Lee was getting strong with the help of Guy. He was able to achieve 7 gates and beat down on the Suna Jinchuriki until, well, Shukaku was about to be released and Naruto stepped in and with his wood release calmed down the Jinchuriki. But due to Naruto's interference, he lost. Lee lost. But everyone in Konoha knew that they were thankful for that. The civilian didn't understand why the Hokage-sama would do this, but they knew it would be for a reason, because they knew Naruto's eyes were brown, meaning Hashirama-sama was here in front of them. Even the daimyo stood up and bowed, as Hashirama then said, "Please don't. Just enjoy the matches. It was something I couldn't bear to watch, that is all. And you, my child," he said, referring towards Lee, who was looking at him with awe. "You did great. You really are strong. And you have just proven that. I announce you the strongest Genin I have ever met." And Lee was bursting into tears with happiness and pride as Guy jumped down and was also proclaiming his speech about youth and sunset genjutsu as well. Hashirama was afraid of it, but let it slide and was happy and returned. Suna was now afraid. The rumors were true, and it seemed the brat could use their powers as well, and now they were in front of the Kami no Shinobi himself. If he was able to use his full powers and calm down Gaara with one jutsu, now they were afraid about the invasion, and they were having second thoughts. But their Kage, the Kazekage, had said that they are going to continue the plan. And 1 month training trip. During this training trip, Jiraiya came and met with Naruto, and Naruto let him introduce with some of his, well, friends from Ghost Realm, and Jiraiya had a lot of beating from none other than Kushina himself, and Minato was disappointed in his sensei after finding out that they were there. And not only that, Hashirama-sama was there, Tobirama-sama was there, Mito-sama was there, and not only that, Arashi Uzumaki was there. He was downright terrified, and he didn't wanted them to find out that he was a peeping Tom and a legendary Sanin at the same time. So he trained Naruto vigilantly and got him the Toad summoning contract. And the Toads were quite intrigued at finding out Naruto's abilities and introduced him to Kamamaru-sama. Kamamaru-sama was happy to meet him and personally took over his training, and within a month Naruto was able to master Senjutsu completely. And after seeing that his student has mastered Senjutsu, it intrigued and inspired Jiraiya to do so as well. Jiraiya mastered the Senjutsu after 2 months, and during these 2 months of his mastery, Naruto returned. He was a sage now. He has calmed down a lot. He battled with Gaara, with Neji, and prevented Konoha Crush from happening. Well, mainly with his own power. Something interesting had happened. Naruto could not use wood release on his own. Because of Hashirama entering his body so much, his Senju gene was now erupting more, and he developed Kekkei as his own. He could use it. Naruto used the wooden Biju mode and fired Biju Dama Rasengan at Shikaku 3 times before it dissipated and Gaara woke up. Naruto was exhausted by it completely because he trained a lot of chakra. His own chakra, not the Cubist chakra. As after the same speech as in canon, they left and Kazekage's body was found. And Suna renewed their alliance with Konoha. Time went by, and it was time for them to look for a new leader. As Hiruzen said that he was old, his student, even though he returned again to do the deed, but he couldn't summon the souls because they were attached to Naruto, and Naruto placed a seal on him as he made shadow clones. He placed the seal on them as the souls took over so that Orochimaru couldn't summon them, and much to his dismay he couldn't, but he tried to take down his sensei alone in the barrier. Much to Naruto's dismay, he couldn't get in. Arashi said that there was no way to get in the barrier. It was his barrier, his creation, and it was held by 4 people now, making it even stronger than him. And luckily, he survived because Tobirama placed a seal on him and Tobirama was able to Harishin there. After arriving, well, Orochimaru fled because he had to battle Tobirama, Senju, and his student and sensei, Hiruzen Sarutobi. And he didn't want to do that, so he escaped with his gang, his students, or his test subjects and guinea pigs, whatever you like to call them. After he escaped, Hiruzen was tired. He had a lot of broken ribs. He fell unconscious. Hashirama could heal him, and he did, but he was still in coma. Because he was a spirit, he couldn't use his full healing abilities, and Naruto didn't have that much of a high healing ability. The only one who can teach him was none other than Tsunade. Hashirama took over Naruto's body and regained his title as Hokage and ordered everyone that Naruto and Jiraiya will be going on a mission to search for Tsunade. As per a request of his student, Hiruzen Sarutobi, he wanted Tsunade to be the successor. And meanwhile, Minato will be here inside Naruto's blood clone, looking out at everything that is occurred. Everyone was happy with this, and Minato entered Naruto's blood clone and turned into himself. He couldn't use his full chakra, but he could use half of his chakra. And he wouldn't pop that easily unless his soul left the body of the clone. That it wouldn't. And strangely, he got hungry as well as he was sleepy, and he worked tirelessly. And the village was again on its feet within days. The clan heads also contributed. They defended their village, fought. There were no casualties. It did help. Their Hokage's advice was now their own, helping them. They didn't have any casualty. They were working perfectly fine and were strong. On the other side, their enemies had many casualties. Now they saw the results of their Hokage's words, and they were happy and prideful that they agreed to their Hokage's words and listened to them. And now they were helping in village rebuilding, whatever the village destruction was caused by the One Tails. Everyone saw Naruto as a hero now because he was able to yet again prevent village from destruction. He was hero who defeated the one-tailed Jinchuriki on his own. Using word style, Hashirama confirmed that it was Naruto who defeated him, not him. Naruto has regained his ability as word release, as a Genkai that could be possibly possible in the generation. When this news broke out, well, Yashi didn't take any chances and formed an alliance between Minato and him, a marriage alliance between his son and his daughter. Minato agreed because he liked Hinata-chan and she was the perfect wife for his son. He agreed with Kushina and Mito-sama. With their blessing, they formed the alliance. Naruto was on his way to Tanabata town where he and Jiraiya found out that Tsunade was living. With them, Mito and Hashirama went, and Tobirama as well, while Arashi and the rest stayed behind to guide the village. As they arrived, they encountered Tsunade in a bar. Well, her family wasn't happy to see her like that, and how she was bad-mouthing the Hokage. As Mito had enough and took over Naruto, her eyes turned violet as she looked at her through Naruto. Tsunade's eyes widened. She recognized those eyes anywhere, and that mark that appeared on Naruto's head. Mito-bachan? Is that you? Am I hallucinating, Jiraiya? Did I drink too much? Tsunade sent you. Tsunade got attentive because it was the voice that his grandmother scolded her in. Detoxify yourself, now! As she did so as she was told. After regaining her consciousness completely and her senses, she was afraid. Grandma, Mito, it is you. Yes, it is me, Su-chan. What happened to you? You're a mess now. Tsunade began her story how she lost everyone to that accursed village. She couldn't take it anymore. She left. Then she asked why was she here, and she told that she, for some reason, was bound to Hashirama, and Hashirama was bound to stay in this realm, so she stayed, and so could be said for Tobirama. And they all talked. When she asked about Nawaki, they said he moved on when he died. They saw him moved on. They saw him looking at you with tears. He hoped that he could hug you and reassure you. Same could be said with Dawn. Dawn was sad, but they moved on all to afterlife. They are waiting there for Tsunade, but they want her to enjoy and live her life as well. After having a heartful talk, she asked, Su-chan, I have a question. Yes, Grandma? Tsunade said, in a happy tone, why haven't you given us any great-grandchildren? Not this again. Dawn died, and after that I didn't have any interest. I didn't open up my heart. Well, Jiraiya thought, it is my chance as everyone saw him. Well, I guess there is one option that you can always, go to. And it looks like he has feelings for you as well. As she looked at Jiraiya. Jiraiya? As Jiraiya blushed and looked away. Well, I did have feelings for you, so yeah. Tsunade, will you give us a chance? I don't know, Jiraiya. I don't know what to say. I do know that I like you, but I'm afraid. Well, don't be. I will be there, I promise. I will stop the research if you don't like it. I will go back to writing my stories and becoming a shinobi. Please, give me a chance. I promise I won't let you down. Can I really trust you? 100% Hime. You better have my word on it. Fine, I guess I'll give you a chance. But we have to go on a date first. Guys? Naruto said, as Mito left, satisfied with her work. What? Both of them said, getting embarrassed. Aren't we supposed to here to bring her back to Konoha? Not for you to be dating? Well, Tsunade Sensei's ill, so he wants to take over Konoha. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that bad now. Now that I know what my family thinks about it, and That village does mean a lot to them, so I guess it does mean a lot to me, and I now have a reason, actually two, to return, she said, looking at Naruto and Jiraiya. As she blushed and looked away, Jiraiya was happy and blushed. Thank you, Mito-sama, he thought, in a praying manner, as they all left the next day back to Konoha. Tsunade's arrival was very much well received by everyone, as she was announced as the fifth Hokage. It was offered to Itachi and someone in the Uchiha. Itachi said that he wasn't prepared yet. He had a lot of repairing in his clan to do first. He will become the Hokage later. As Sasuke was happy and was prideful that his brother was recommended, but was sad that his brother turned down. The Uchihas understood what Itachi meant and weren't happy now because now that they toned down, they understood their mistakes, the error in their ways. And they knew they had a lot of correction to do first. And they were happy that Itachi decided that the clan should come first, even before his village. In this regard, as time went by, Tsunade became a good Hokage, and she would meet with Naruto and with the help of his Shadow Clone, would talk to her family and with her daughter Tsunade, that she thought of as, Kushina. Tsunade thought of Kushina as her daughter, so yeah, that's what I'm meaning to say, those who you don't understand. Anyway, on to our story. Jiraiya was happy, but he was about to receive some news from his informant today. It has been 1 month since he and Tsunade started dating, and it was going well for him and the village as well, and he now has reconciled with everyone. His only regret was that he didn't take down Orochimaru, and he was still outside, roaming. And he met with his informant. So, what is it, Haru? What news do you have? Bad news. From Omegakure. Our spies were killed. Jiraiya got serious. Okay, what else? Well, one of them managed to escape, but he was wounded badly. His words were Akatsuki. They are going to attack the world. Launch an attack at world. There are S-rank missing nins from all over the world. You should be careful and develop strategies to take them down. Heck, I want you to inform other Kages as well. I will talk to Hokage-sama about this. As he left, time skip, he was in Hokage Tower. After the debriefing he heard from his spy, everyone was now afraid and with a solemn face. We should contact for a Hokage summit. And that's what they did. In our country, after 1 month, a Hokage summit was held. And in that Hokage summit, the revelations were revealed. Everyone was quite afraid of this revelation, but they asked, mainly Oniki asked, and pray tell, why should we believe you? As Naruto was also there with them, in case they wanted to meet him, because they knew that many of the Kages requested him to be there. And before we talk anymore, are you Naruto, the son of the Yellow Flash? Oniki said, yes, sir. I do apologize on my father's behalf for what he did, but he was trying to protect his village as you were trying to destroy ours. As Arashi then stepped in and took over Naruto. You and your kind, you 3 villages, he said, pointing towards Mei, A, and Oniki. They knew they were in front and presence of none other than Arashi Uzumaki, the most dangerous man to walk on planet Earth. The strongest out of them all. The unknown Kage. That was his title, because he wasn't given the title of any Kage, but he was strongest than all of them, even Hashirama himself. They didn't want the title, or else he would have been the Kamina Shinobi. But because of you 3, my clan was eradicated. I'm going to forgive you for that, because they have moved on into afterlife. But know this, if you try to inflict any pain on him, there will be hell to pay for you all. And believe me when I say this, I will do everything within my power to bring down hell in life and afterlife. You better believe it. With that said, he left. Sorry about him. It's just that he sees me as his grandson and all. And then suddenly, some figure entered Naruto's body. Sorry, but please. Naruto was shocked but didn't fight back, as his eyes turned pink like Kuretsuchi as he looked at Oniki. Hey, grandfather. Kuretsuchi, as Oniki and Kuretsuchi, who was there as Oniki's attendant, froze. Kazashi? It was Kuretsuchi's younger brother who died due to illness. As Oniki was frozen. Is that you? Yeah, I have always been with you, watching you. You have to let go of your hatred. And those who died in the battle, they were sad, but they knew that they were going to kill and they were going to regret it, but they were following your orders. And I don't blame you. You still are my idol and hero. So are you, Nate-chan, but please. You don't have to fight with each other anymore because of hatred. Please. Mother is also here. You can talk to them now, Mom. As Kazashi walked away, I am going to say this only. I love you all and I will always watch over you, Nate-chan. Oji-chan. As with that said, Kazashi left, as a woman entered with pink eyes, as Akatsuchi watched. Hey, honey. Hello, hun. It's good to see you. And my dear princess, you have grown well. Hey, Mom, Kuretsuchi said as her voice became distorted. Tears started to well up. Honey, you don't have to be driven with hatred. I died battling like a shinobi. I died for my village with pride. You don't have to go and avenge me. I was going to hurt. I was going to do deeds that I don't like to commit. But I somehow ended up being bonded to this world. I saw my son die. I saw you die inside. And you too, father. And you too, honey. Know this, I want all of you to be happy and let go of your hatred. Please. As she left, this is my only words. I will always love you, Kuretsuchi. You too, honey. And please, father, stop being so meany to all of them. As the three of them were left stunned, as Gaara, who was sitting there, said, because he was made Kazekage again, Naruto, are you back? As a woman stepped in. Hello, Gaara. Honey, it's good to see you. Gaara's eyes widened. Mother? Yes, it's me. How have you been? But aren't you moved to afterlife yet? No, I was always there, protecting you with my sand, because I knew my husband will hate you because of me. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there to comfort you when your uncle betrayed you. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Mom. I know. Thank you, son. Remember this, I will always love you, Gaara. And you have to make a decision now. Whatever you choose, I will support you. And with that said, she left. Gaara looked determined, and so did Oniki. We accept. We'll form this alliance. As A then said, so will I. And Mei then said as well, I as well. Tsunade then asked, there weren't any spirits nearby for them, Naruto? No. I don't sense anybody else, but I can see them. They're standing behind you. There's a man similar to you, A-san, with beard, standing behind you, and he's nodding yes. I guess my OG wants me to do this. And he's not pissed, and yelling that stop calling him an old man. He's an old man, so I am going to call him old man. He said, why you little shit? Well, that sounds like him, so yep, I'm going to agree now. Mei was sad. Mei-san, there are two figures. It seems they are your mother and father, and they say they are happy of what you have become. And mother said, go get a husband and marry already. and she became sad. Fine, I agree. And this was the reason they agreed to the alliance, and Shinobi Alliance was formed, and the battle was declared upon Akatsuki. The battle was fought next day, and it went as in canon. Madara appeared. The battle went down. The Hokage didn't appear, but Naruto blood clones, and the Hokage entering their souls alongside everyone else, and Mito being there, well, the battle was turned to their side. Naruto activated his KCM2 mode. He met none other than Spirit of Sage of the Sixth Path himself, and Madara was able to succeed in unlocking the Moon Eye plan, and Zetsu betrayed him then, and Kaguya was released. Naruto and Sasuke both fought with the powers given to them by Sage of the Sixth Path, as everyone else was trapped inside Genjutsu except for Kakashi, Sakura, and both of them. After beating them down and sealing again Kaguya, it was done. Kaguya was sealed, and Naruto slapped a seal on Chibaku Tensei that will make it permanent and drain Kaguya's chakra forever, meaning the seal will be powered by Kaguya's own chakra and strengthened over and over again whenever Kaguya tries to break it. As Naruto fallen down in an unknown field as the sage brought them back, Naruto had become hero of not only this village but all of the elemental nations. As after that, all of the spirits said goodbyes. Naruto was sad, but he knew that their time has come. And the Shinigami appeared to take away his gift from Naruto. And it did. And everyone said goodbye. And Naruto fell unconscious. After 1 month of the war, Naruto woke up in Konoha Hospital. Everyone was worried. As he got out of his bed to see through the window, he saw everyone cheering for him, his comrades there, looking at him with pride. As Sasuke got near him and patted his shoulder, "Come on, dummy. You have terrified us enough with your coma now. So, can you see them?" he said, walking towards the Hokage monument. "No." And when he got there, he was surprised to see that Tsunade has passed the title to none other than Itachi Uchiha, who became the 6th Hokage. "So, nay, Sasuke, you want to become the Hokage next?" "Well, no. It was my Aniki's dream, so I'm happy he achieved it. And plus, I couldn't be so cruel to let myself get in between my friend's dream." "Thanks, Sasuke." "No, thank you, Naruto. Because of your ability, I have my family now. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened." "Thank you. No, we are in this together. I would have still gotten you back otherwise, but I'm happy for you now." As he got near Sakura and they kissed, "When did this happen?" "Well, when you were unconscious, she kind of declared her love to me." "Huh. Well, that reminds me, I gotta go and meet Hinata." "You don't have to, Naruto-kun." "What?" As Hinata leaned in and kissed him, and Hiyashi was there. Sorry, sir, about that. I'm surprised, but I will be lying if I say that I didn't love your daughter. I love her. Would you please allow me to marry her?" "Well, it was already agreed upon between me and your father, so yes. You are to be wedded to her. You are both fiancés. But please, I don't want any grandchildren before marriage." "Yes, we'll try our best." The world was at peace. The prophecy achieved. Shinigami and Kami happy with their work. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha.